Hey guys, this is Jessie and Ben, and we're here at Plaid to tell you all about this brand new paint that is called PlaidFX.
Yep.
So PlaidFX paint is specifically designed for cosplayers. So it works really well on EVA foam, thermoplastics, 3D prints, fabric. It works on a variety of materials.
Yeah, and it's super awesome because this stuff is like totally non-cracking, it's flexible, and that's such a game changer for us.
Yeah,
especially as cosplayers.
It is, yeah. Ben and I are both cosplayers, and I know I like to work with EVA foam. So this is pretty exciting for me because we have like some samples here that are just like your typical craft acrylic paint that we got at the store.
Different competitors. Yeah,
and they just like totally crack. Like you can see this one's already flaking off. And that kind of stinks when you're making a huge build and you spent so much time on it.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is for the paint to peel off.
Definitely.
Yeah. So like Ben said, you can see this one here, it's totally flexible, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and it's non-tacky, which is huge. When you're at a con, when you're working on your cosplay, it's always really obnoxious when you hit something or when you touch it in a certain way and you've totally ruined your progress. So
yeah, it sticks and pulls and peels. Yeah.
Game changer.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got 4 formulas for you guys. We've got our smooth satins, which is the one we just showed you. We've got our nuclear neons, armor metallics, and then last is our high voltage glitter. And we have also got 2 specialty paints for you too. One is a clear primer, so you can prime your surface if you want to. And we've also got a glow paint, so you can put it on as a top coat on top of any of our paints, and it makes it glow in the dark, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's something that's like super exciting for convention goers. Especially if you're a cosplayer that loves to go to cons. There's a lot of parties, there's a lot of things that happen at night for costume contests. So
I didn't think about that. That's really great.
That's super exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it just charges up in the day, and then once the lights go out, it just completely glows. So it's pretty cool. So the way that we sort of planned all the colors for these paints is we thought about sort of like the 4 major fandoms. You can kind of like, are kind of like umbrella all the different cosplays that people do. So we've got anime, sci-fi.
And then we've got superhero, and then we've also got
fantasy.
Fantasy.
So we kind of thought about all of those, and we figured like a lot of like the major builds can kind of be, under that umbrella. So, because when you're making like a hero cosplay and you're trying to do like Superman, you don't want just like any red or blue. Like you want the Superman red and blue. Yeah. Right?
Especially like with all the superhero characters, the Marvel characters. You know, for instance, the Hulk. We've got a paint right here. Yeah. That's the perfect smashing Hulk paint. Yeah. Because it's also called smashing green.
Exactly. So we try to make sure we have those like iconic colors for you, so you can have the ones that you need.
Totally.
Yeah. These paints are also really great, though, if you did have some sort of cosplay that we didn't have a good color for, you can mix these really well. Yeah. I've mixed and blended them a lot, and they mix really beautifully. They don't get muddy or, like, turn brown or anything like that. They mix really well.
And mixing them, layering them on top of each other, it's not going to affect the flexibility of them. They stay just as flexible.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Totally. So we are going to paint out some of the paints for you to kind of show you the different formulas and kind of see how they perform.
Cool. I'm excited.
So which one do you want to do?
Why don't I do the Malevolent Purple?
Okay, cool.
So this is a satin base, and what's really great about this paint is it's super creamy, it's super smooth, and the minute that you start putting it on, the brush strokes are practically going away by themselves.
Yeah, it's self-leveling, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's not going to build up in areas where, you know, you've put a lot of detail.
Yeah. I know a lot of people, like a lot of cosplayers, prefer to do spray paint or airbrushing because they hate the brush strokes.
Totally.
But this is self-leveling, so you don't have to worry about it.
And because it's self-leveling, the speed of it, it's going a lot faster than most craft paints are going to take to foam.
You can see this is probably 2 or 3 coats on EVA foam. This is just a scrap piece of EVA foam, and it doesn't bend or crack. You can see this was painted on with a brush just like the one Ben's using. Yep. And you can see there's no brush strokes, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that color.
Yeah, it's turning out great. And I mean, the vibrancy of the color, it's awesome.
That's one coat too. Like, that's pretty great coverage.
Yeah, totally.
I love that color. Cool. Another really cool part, like I said before, a lot of people prefer to use spray paints and airbrush paints just because you can get like way better coverage sometimes and it's smoother. So that's not a problem with this. But also, this paint is water-based and non-toxic. So it makes for easy cleanup. You don't have to have like a really well-ventilated area. You don't have to use a respirator. You don't have to work outside. So that's pretty nice. You can just work
huge.
Right
I know for a lot of cosplayers, especially for me and you and for anybody that's younger, you know, we work in all different areas to be able to not have to go to some sort of a studio or a maker space. I don't either, So this is right on the carpet, right at home. You're good.
Yeah, you can just do it on your kitchen table and it's totally safe, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is looking awesome.
Yeah, because a lot of really high performance paints like this one are toxic, and so this is a really great plus for this formula.
Yeah.
That looks really good so far.
Yeah, it really does. It's self-leveled, smooth.
Wow, I can't believe that's one coat.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, that looks really good. Here, you guys can see it's like almost full coverage already.
Yep.
So another cool formula we mentioned is our nuclear neons. So here, do you want to grab the pink?
Yeah, sure.
This one's called Killer Pink. And so if you guys are used to using any sort of neon paints, you know that neon pigments are just, in general, it's just the nature of neon pigments. They're sort of transparent.
Yeah.
So I would recommend doing it on a white foam if you're doing it on foam.
Yeah.
Or whatever material you're using, or if you have like a dark material, to base coat it white with one of our satin paints.
Yeah.
And then do the neon on top of it.
Yeah, it's going to save you time, especially if you're crunch for a con.
Yeah.
And it's also just going to give you a brighter, more powerful color.
Right. It just makes it pop.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can see this one's like slightly more pigmented. And so the way that I sort of made that sample that Ben was just showing you guys, I sort of like buffed it into the foam. So you can see I'm using kind of like just a little bit of paint, and I'm sort of just like spreading it into the foam.
Yeah.
And since it's such a light coat, this is going to dry in like 2 or 3 minutes, dry to the touch anyway.
Yeah. And it's already spreading by itself practically.
Yeah, you can see it's pretty good coverage, but just let it dry to the touch and then do another like really light coat over it, and that's how you're going to get the best coverage.
Yeah, and you're going to get this vibrancy.
Yeah, totally. That's like, I think 3 coats on that one.
Yeah.
You want to do the Armor Metallics?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, cool. Here you go. This one's Golden Hour. Like we said, our Armor Metallics, we've got lots of golds and silvers if you're trying to get like a metallic look for an armor. But we've also got like lots of jewel tones and stuff if you're doing something different, or if you want to sort of mix stuff up. On our Captain FX, we did sort of like a hero sort of style build, and we used primary colors to make it look like primary color or metal, which is really cool. It kind of reminds you of like Captain America or something.
Oh yeah, totally. One of the things I really like about these metallics is they go on really well. It's a great consistency. It's good coverage, but you can kind of control the vibrancy of your metallics. So, you know, if I do 1 to 2 coats, it's going to have sort of a really realistic kind of aged look. And then if I do 3 or 4, it's going to look super bright.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I said, I mentioned our Captain FX, which we're going to do a whole walkthrough on that build so you guys can learn all about it. That was built by Emily Schmidt with Go Big or Go Home Cosplay. And she did use our satins for the base. And then she sort of like airbrushed it with the metallics, and it makes it look like it's metal underneath, and it's sort of like...
It's super cool.
Yeah, it looks like it's scraped and scratched, but it really looks like metal armor. So it's, it's a really cool technique. And she did it all with these FX paints. That's really good.
This is already looking awesome. Just 1 coat. It's already super vibrant.
I love that. Wow, that's a pretty color too.
Yeah, it really is.
Sort of Star Wars looking. So I'm going to go ahead and start talking about the 4th formula we have, which is the high voltage glitters.
Yep.
So I have silver glitter right here. So I'm going to show you how that kind of goes on. Again, I've just got black EVA foam. And the glitters have sort of like a milky base when you're painting it on.
Yeah.
But then once it dries totally clear.
And while you're painting it, you can kind of see it drying, which is, you know what you're going to get.
Exactly. Like it looks white and milky now. Like it sort of has like a gluey base, but it dries totally clear. And another thing too is, like I said, I mentioned gluey. Like when you're doing glitters and stuff, a lot of times it really stays sticky forever because you are using glue. Where this one also dries non-tacky, which is a huge deal for glitters, and it's still really flexible, which is awesome.
And it's not going anywhere either. Once it's dried, it's flexible, it's not cracking, it's not coming
messy.
off.
Yeah, it's not going to like get all over you when you're wearing it, which is cool. So you can see, like I said, it's a little bit, I'll put this in the water, a little bit milky, but this is 2 coats, and that's what it looks like when it dries. So the base is totally clear.
That looks so good.
You can see it's flexible, it's not coming off on my hand. So that's really cool for a glitter, because usually like the bases for glitters are brittle. Like those are going to crack if anything, I feel like. But these are still totally flexible.
And it's got a nice feel to it too, you know?
Yeah. So you saw Ben just painted Golden Hour, which looks awesome. He's got a coat on there. This is what it looks like. I think this is 3 coats of that same paint. So you can see it's got like really great coverage. It's shiny and flexible. And then if you wanted to layer the paints, you can put glitter on top of this too. So here we have Golden Hour that's got our gold glitter right on it.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Yeah, like it just looks a little different. Just straight on foam looks cool, but this just gives it like a little bit more of a pop. It's like a little more highly pigmented. It's a little bit better coverage when you layer the 2 formulas together.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love that.
I know we mentioned before we've got the clear primer. So you can see we're painting directly on EVA foam here.
Yep.
So a lot of people prefer to prime their EVA foam. So with the FX paint, you don't have to prime it, but if you're using sort of like a less expensive or a lower quality EVA foam that's got like a lot of pores, and you want to make sure it's nice and smooth, that's when maybe you'd want to use the primer.
You also might be more comfortable using it on different kinds of thermoplastics like Worbla, Instamorph, some of these more surfaces that don't feel as porous. Yeah, you can use it on those and they're going to work great.
Yeah, like I know you said to me earlier, like 3D prints, it'd be great for that. For a lot of times they're bumpy, so you want to sand it and then put a primer, and you can totally use the clear primer for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, guys. You can see we are so excited about this brand new FX paint that's specially formulated for cosplayers.
Yeah.
You can check out more about these products on PlaidFX.com.
You can also check it on our Instagram, PlaidFX, as well as TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. We've been making really cool videos to put on there all about these products, so check that out.
Yeah.
And we've also got, you can search PlaidFX on Facebook, and we've got a really great Facebook page where lots of people in the cosplay community are talking about the products and talking about all kinds of builds and stuff.
Yeah, and the great thing about that is, you may feel like you're at a different level. There are people on all sorts of levels that are coming together, talking about the products, and it's a great way to gain confidence. Yeah,
we've got newbies, we've got experts like Emily Schmidt going on there and answering people's questions and giving suggestions and tips. Lots of people's work in progress, so we love to see what you're making, so please post all of your stuff on there, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Bye!